Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And here's the 3/4 from 1987. The Philadelphia quarter here on the left, the San Francisco quarter in the middle, and the Denver Mint quarter on the right. And these are all in great, great, great shape, especially this one in the center, which may even be a proof 67 to 70. So let's take a look at that first, and we'll look through all of them, of course. So this is a San Francisco Mint coin, a proof coin. It's a cameo. It could be a deep cameo, but we have a little bit of packaging stuff on here. You see, where the packaging kind of got onto it. But even if it was a deep cameo, and even if it was a proof 70, it still wouldn't have great value. This is one of the most affordable proof quarters at a proof 70 of any of the US quarters from the 70s and 80s. This one you can get it for $46 or less probably, and in some cases I've seen it, you could actually get it somewhere in the 20s, which just doesn't make any sense at all. But once in a while you'll see one of these in the $28 to $35 range, and it's just a great coin. Why is that? Well, because they have 1,101 PCGS is graded 1,101 of proof 70 DCAM or deep cameo. So if they've got 1,101 of these, the collectors can get them if they want them, and they don't worry too much about bidding it up, because they can always get one. Now, when we tip it up on its side, we see it's a copper nickel clad copper. So the outside is 75% copper, 25% nickel. And then the inside is complete copper. How many did they make of the San Francisco Mint? Well, in 1987, at the San Francisco Mint, they made 4.227 million. So they made quite a few of them, and it turns out a lot of those 4 million were in really, really good shape. Now look at the feathers on this. If you ever want to see an absolutely beautiful coin, you can see the feathers coming all the way down the legs, feathers in between the legs, feathers, the tail feathers coming way down, and some separation there. The feathers on the arrows are actually, you see the line in the center of them, just a great line. The wreath looks great. You can see the kind of dimples in the leaves. Down at the bottom it says $quarter, and this is actually really, really good definition there. And at the top it says United States of America, e pluribus unum, and this eagle's head is one of the best you'll see. The only thing it doesn't have on here is the line in its beak, and that's because in 1987 a lot of the coins didn't have that real good definition up there. And look at how the leaves go over the top of the wings. Just real great definition there too. So this is what, if you ever want to say what's the best it can look like on the back, this is about as good as it can look. But of course it's a proof quarter, and so that makes it worth less. Who else made it? The Denver Mint, they don't have any at all over MS67 plus. The highest they have is one MS67 plus that's been graded by PCGS, and PCGS, it hasn't sold, but PCGS estimates it's worth about $450. Let's tip it up. We see it's still copper nickel clad copper. We get it on the back, and we see that this is a really, really nice coin here too. We see it doesn't have quite the same feathers going down the legs. Some pretty good definition there, but some little kind of scratches, and the scratches that occur, really nice eye, and no beak line, but the little hole in the beak is there in this one. And so for a circulating coin, this is in really, really good shape. Now, of course, they did have in 1987, you could get an uncirculated mint set, and that's probably where this particular one came from. In the Denver Mint in 1987, they made 656 million of these, and there's still plenty of them out there. So this one's probably worth between $1 and $2. It's probably close to MS65, but just not going to be a high value. And then finally, the Philadelphia Mint one right here, and this one's really nice too. Another one that came from an uncirculated mint set, We can see the little divots on there from another quarter hitting it. The P is one of the P's that got slammed pretty hard. It got slammed so hard there's a dent there, and they hit it so hard that they kind of topped off the P. That won't give a lot of value to it, but it's kind of cool when you see when they put these mint marks on, they hit them so hard that it dents the coin. This is one where you could look for some doubling on it, and it's sometimes when we put it up, we think we see doubling, but we just have to change the angle of the light a little bit, and we see that it's probably not doubling there, except that W looks a little funky, doesn't it? So we'll take a better look at this, but at the Philadelphia Mint in 1987, they made 582.5 million of these. So between the two mints and the Philadelphia and Denver and the San Francisco Mint, they made just a ton of 310.5 million dollars worth of these quarters. All right, well, and not many of them are worth much. All right, well, we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.